Hey there all. So I was taking a look at the analytics here to kind of see what our work with the product pages and consolidating the product pages so there weren't so many has done to the organic traffic coming to collections and product pages. And so I've been looking at it through a few different lenses and wanted to share that insight into the information that's here. So first we're looking at the last 3 months compared to the previous year. So same time period the previous year. And we want to see how much the traffic that's going to these pages has increased. And part of that means that if the traffic going to those pages has increased, it's either A, easier for people to find it, but B, particularly with organic traffic, that means Google is determining it's better and easier for people who are going to that page, and so they want to rank it higher. So it's essentially ranking better because people are finding it and it's easier to use. So let's go ahead and let's take a look. So already kind of a good sign here visually. The blue line is this year, January through March 17th, and the orange line is the previous year in 2017. So if we come down and we look at where the traffic is coming from and kind of the content it's related to, naturally we have blogs up at the top. So we've continued to see a growth with the blogs, which is normal when we kind of get that snowball effect happening with the blog posts and traffic going there. But interesting after that is the growth that we've seen with the collections and the products pages. And just to make sure that this wasn't just people clicking and going directly there, like us, that this is people who are actually searching in Google, so it's search traffic, I've broken that out here with source and medium. So you can see this is all organic traffic that's going to the site. And when we compare January through March to the previous year, the same period, January through March in 2017, the collections page has seen a 60% increase, which is great. Now we anticipated, and part of the reason we've been working on these consolidated pages is we anticipated that, it is still difficult for people to kind of go through and absorb all of that. So the reason I chose January through March is because that's when we've been having a lot of work and rolling out these consolidated pages, rolling out a few at a time, and seeing how it's affected the product pages. And that's where we can see a huge jump. If we look at the product pages here, the traffic that's coming from organic has jumped unbelievably 781%. 781%. So last year, within the same time period, 883 people were searching on Google and finding the product pages. It has dramatically jumped to 7,781. So that means the work that we're doing is making a difference. But I don't want to just stop there and look year at year. I wanted to look at it through a few different lenses and see what's going on. So here we're looking at it January through March compared to the previous period. So that means the previous 2.5 months before that, so that's October to December. And here I'm comparing that because from October to December, we had discussed the product page consolidation. December is kind of about the time that we had started it and started designing it and working on it. So that's why I'm comparing those time periods, because in January is when we start to see some of those product pages applied to the site. So let's go ahead and let's take a look down here. So again, blogs are increasing organically. Collections are still increasing as well. But again, we see this huge increase, 110% with the product pages in that time frame. So even just from the few months before we started working on those consolidated product pages to the few months we have been working on it and rolling it out across different product pages, we've seen it has made a difference with Google ranking those pages and people finding them and staying on them. So you can see that as well over here. So if we come down, bounce rate right here, bounce rate is going to be people who dramatically leave the page after landing on it. We've seen an 8, almost 10% decrease, which is great. We're now in a very good range of where we want to be. We typically try to aim for about 60%. We're below that. So I anticipate that that's going to continue decreasing just as we give it more time for people to go and experience and play around on those pages. Again, this is traffic that's coming organically from Google, not just someone who saved a link and gone to it. So it's definitely having an impact, but I didn't want to stop there. I still wanted to go further. So I said, okay, well, let's look at just the past week where we've had it applied to every single product page. So here we go, it's the past week where we've had it applied to every single product page. We've had them all consolidated. I'm comparing this to the year before. So the same week in 2017. So again, we're seeing an increase with the blog. We're seeing an increase with the collection pages. And again, if we scroll down here, we can see with the product pages, again, looking at Google Organic, that's what we're looking at. Organically wise, we've seen a huge increase, 237%, even just within a 1 week period compared to the previous year. This is great news. This is exactly what I'm looking for. The most important part is going to be watching this data over the next month, seeing how it compares, seeing if collection pages improve on their bounce rate, if people continue to go there, or if more people are now going to the product pages and how those are ranking, if they're being found more often in Google. Just wanted to share that information with you. Let me know if you have any questions.